Hi, I'm Lita Leapin.
And I'm Jim Gordon.
And welcome to another edition of Our City Tonight, out here in the cold.
It is a little chilly today, lots of snow, and if you're a regular viewer, of course, you'll probably know that we're in Whistler, where we always end each year over the last 9 years, 2020 being the exception for you-know-why. And we're at the Whistler Film Festival.
Yes, we are, and we're going to be featuring little clips from the Whistler Film Festival all through 2024.
But let's get back down to Vancouver and this edition of Our City Tonight.
This segment is sponsored by Bosa Foods, with 2 locations to serve you. Bosa Foods, authentic Italian.
Well, here at Bosa Foods, behind the deli counter with Adelina, the head lady here, we're talking about holiday entertaining at home, right? And how wonderful and what incredible foods you have to make your own charcuterie boards. So tell us a little bit about that and how you can order from Bosa Foods and have an amazing platter done for you.
Okay, you can order our platters by phoning in or online, and we have 2 different sizes, the large and the small. The small feeds about 10 to 15 people, and the large about between 20 to 25 people. You can order any type of meat that you like on it, or just order our standard ones that you can see online. We also have charcuterie boards made to order. If you want a special platter that you like to use, just bring it in and we will fill it. Diana, our young lady, she can help you put whatever meats, cheese, condiments, nuts, and fruits that you like on it.
Mm-hmm. They have all kinds of great condiments and fruits and nuts and figs, beautiful figs as well. And you'll help guide them of what they want to put on the platter. Now, all kinds of cheeses, in particular, one really spectacular cheese beside you.
That's right. This is the French Emmentaler cheese from Savoy. It's aged with the fruit trees so that it absorbs the flavor of the fruit. It's a very, very good cheese to put on a charcuterie board. Wonderful. We also have the Gorgonzola, which is a creamy light blue cheese that we put on. Another one that we use a lot of is the extra aged Asiago cheese, and that's very, very close to the Parmesan cheese.
Oh, perfect. And
that's tangy.
On this particular one, I see that there's almonds.
We have prosciutto. Yes, we have prosciutto, we have bresaola, we have salami, hot salami, figs, nuts, crackers, almonds, bocconcini. Anything. We have lots of stuff, and we'll give you lots of ideas of what to put on.
Wonderful. Everything available here at Bosa Foods.
Everything's available at Bosa Foods, yes.
Thanks, Adelina.
You're welcome.
I'm here with Eduardo, who is the deli meats expert behind here at Bosa Foods. And what do we have in front of us? I know it's prosciutto, but it's very special, isn't it?
Yes, very special, because this one is called Centenario, and is made for the anniversary of the Leoncini brand. We have 3 kinds of prosciutto, the 18, the 24, and the 30 months. But the very different between the Centenario and the other one is this one is high quality product and is made from the top of the leg, the animal, and a little bit sweeter than the other one.
Okay, and this one is the 30 month?
Yes.
This is the 30 month, and so it's sweeter than the 18 month.
Yes.
And you slice it super, super thin so that you can add it to these amazing charcuterie boards that are all the rage of the holiday season. And you do it on this, what you like to call the Ferrari machine.
The Ferrari machine.
Well, Adelina, here's a great example of what, with Bosa's help, you can do at home. Tell us about this charcuterie board here in front of us.
This charcuterie board has the French brie on it. It has the Sicilian pitted olives stuffed with sun-dried tomatoes. It has the salami from Toscano, and it's truffle flavored, and the 30-month prosciutto from Parma. We also have bresaola, which is the only cured beef that we have in the store. And you can use that to make a variety of dishes.
Well, chestnuts roasting over an open fire. That's definitely holidays. Claudia, Bosa brings in amazing chestnuts during the holiday season. Tell us a little bit about these.
Yes, they came from Europe. Our chestnuts is an amazing product to eat in every version. So even raw is so good. But the most famous is roasted. We can make a cross on the chestnuts, and we can wash a little bit, put in the oven 400 degrees for 45 minutes. It's ready to eat with a beautiful red glass of wine and a little bit honey, if you like.
That sounds
It's an
delicious.
amazing combination.
Perfect, and it's important to cut them because you were telling me earlier that they might explode in the oven. You got to make a
Exactly.
very strong
Yes.
cut.
Yes, very strong cut. Yes, they have to be open like this on the beginning.
Okay, perfect. Now, if people want to enjoy chestnuts throughout the whole year, you've got some amazing products.
Yes, so we have a boil. It's easy, just peel, boil in the pot for 30 minutes, 35 minutes. And it's very good when you play cards. It's amazing. And actually, we have this amazing product from French, Les Savier. And is very rich of vitamin C. Is a beautiful snack. Put in your backpack in hiking, when you're hiking or after gym. Is good, ready to eat.
And some of these great products here.
Yes, we have a puree. Is just chestnuts and water, and you can use it with salty dish or even sweet. It's just no sugar inside that. The difference from the cream is exactly this one, right? Because there's no sugar.
Great.
In that one, we have a sugar and vanilla extract and chestnuts, water.
Perfect.
It's very good.
And lastly, a flour alternative, chestnut flour. Make all kinds of great desserts.
Yes, is amazing flour. We can make many different desserts, but the first one and unbelievable product is the castagnato. It's from Tuscany. And it's easy with the pine nuts, rosemary. It's so good. So good, amazing.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be easy to make, right? So we'll get Jim to try and make that.
It's very easy.
Thanks, Claudia.
You're welcome.
Well, imbibing and the holidays certainly go hand in hand often, but if you're choosing not to drink this holiday season or a designated driver, but you still want to take part in the celebrations, we've got Scott back, who's the familiar face to our Bosa segments, to talk about 3 great options, starting with this one. These are all non-alcoholic options. Let's
That's
hear.
right. Happy holidays, Jim.
Thanks, Scotty.
So we're featuring our collection of alternatives to spirits, non-alcoholic products. So here, my first beverage here is featuring our 12 botanics from Pavaro. Pavre Zero, 12 botanics. I've mixed that with some tonic water, some pink peppercorns, some a little bit of lemon just to garnish at the end.
Excellent. This next one is a familiar brand to people that shop here at Bosa. What do we have here? Because it's actually an interesting take on a cocktail.
This is very interesting. So this is our La Familia Limoncino. It's a part of 3 products that we have, the Amaretto, Limoncino, and the Spritz, which are actually vinegars, typically used in salad dressings.
Yeah, right,
and these sort of things. So kind of fun play on this. We're doing a cocktail with this. So we've added this with our grapefruit juice from Italissima, some simple syrup with rosemary and honey, and some raspberries. Very refreshing.
This last one really has me interested because we both are fans, Lita and I are, of Aperol Spritz cocktails. This is a mocktail. Tell us about this one.
So this one features our Night Orient. We've mixed this one with a little bit of grapefruit juice. I've used pomegranate seeds and just finished with the grapefruit.
Wouldn't know.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, that's fantastic. We have one more mocktail we're going to talk about at the very end of the show as we say goodbye to 2023. Scott will be back, as will Lita. We'll do that at the end of the show.
This segment was sponsored by Bosa Foods, with 2 locations to serve you. Bosa Foods, authentic Italian.
Well, we hope you're enjoying this episode of Our City Tonight, taking a little break here in the Cabana Lounge at Hydra Restaurant. To remind you, as we always like to do, to check out one of our dear partners, and they are Lita.
The Richmond Sentinel, where you can find news and interesting interviews with all kinds of people. including celebrities.
That's right. You can also find a couple of the columns that we do and a lot of stuff connected with our city tonight. You can also find them online, of course, print the old-fashioned way, but you can also find them online. The website is richmondsentinel.ca. Thanks to them, and thank you for watching.
Well, I find myself in Kitsilano, so glad to be here. We don't come over this side, on the west side, very often, but there's a good reason to be here. We're at Taco Loco, brand new restaurant, and I'm here with the owner, Sanjay Pandey. He is no stranger to running great restaurants. You have Sharky's right next door, and that's been around for 16 years. So what made you open up a Mexican restaurant right next door to a gastropub?
As I have a lot of Mexican friends, I've traveled quite a bit to Mexico and other Latin American countries, so there's a little bit of affinity to that culture that they have of fun, of having a good time, and the food is amazing there. And of course, the drinks are to die for. Over the years, I think Vancouver has seen a lot of Mexican restaurant or theme restaurant or Latin influenced restaurants. So it was in my mind, and we have a few friends who said, well, we'd love to have a really nice taco restaurant in this town. And this space came up, and we thought, okay, this be, something will work in here. So that's what started it. And now we are finally ready to go. Hopefully our new customers, regular customers for next door from Kids Point and Kids will come in and have a really great time. And we'll make sure that when they leave, they're happy. And as the time progresses, we will grow and see how we will adapt and change. But we are looking forward to making a mark in this industry or in this particular cuisine in Vancouver.
I think you definitely will. When you walk into this restaurant, you can feel that there's a great energy. It's a gorgeous space.
Thank you.
And you've made some amazing cocktails. Let's start with this one here.
Yeah, so it's a classic margarita, basically crushed lime and tequila and triple sec. We also used our organic agave syrup, which is, you don't have to use too much. It's concentrated sweet, but it's good for you. And then, of course, shaken, and then a little wedge of burnt lime on there, and served. And got a tahini rim on it. Other one is your Paloma, but it's our twist to it. So basically tequila, lime juice, ice, and then we have a mango jarrito, which is kind of one of the pop that is popular in Mexico, now getting popular here.
It's very popular here.
Yes.
Yeah, what a good choice.
Yeah. It should, the original one should have the grapefruit, but as I said, we're trying to make it our own. And there's a little garnish on it, so that's what it is.
Wonderful. Well, it's a great spot, and we know that you have a great chef as well. So we're gonna check out the food in a couple minutes here and sit down with Chef and talk about the great menu that you have at Taco Loco here in Kitsilano.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy and very fortunate to have Wang Dang as our consulting chef. He's pretty busy with his own private chefing and everything. So happy that he has time for us and participate with us in here. We're looking forward to his success here and everywhere. So thank you.
Well, definitely, and good success to you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
We are here at Taco Loco in Kitsilano, and I have to say, I'm with Chef Royalty, really, in Vancouver.
Oh, no.
Oh, seriously. Chef Wang Dang. Anybody watching this show will recognize you if they're a foodie in any capacity. But let's talk first about Taco Loco's appetizers. Now, you're sort of overseeing the food
and the inspiration is like Sanjay traveled a lot to Mexico and different Latin countries, and a lot of the inspirations come from his travels, and like there's so many great ingredients, but really, once again, we're in Kits and we're in Vancouver, so all the meats are locally sourced, and whenever I can do that, and if I could grow the avocados in Vancouver, I totally would.
I'll give you a break on it.
Yeah, I know, right? And like this all our seafood choices are Ocean One sustainable seafood choices, because that's what people want, and then also the quality of ingredients is where it comes from. And it's like any good restaurant, we make everything in house.
Like as much as we can, we make in-house.
Wow.
You know,
wow.
so that's one of those things. It's not like the guacamole doesn't come out of a bag or anything like that. We make it from fresh avocados, and you know, all our salsas are made in-house just so we can have the right taste and right flavor
Amazing.
of freshness, right? And then the tacos are definitely all made to order, right? So that's the other thing is just that ultimate like fresh is best kind of scenario is really what gets you a beautiful end product from whatever culture. Like
Keeps people coming back to when they actually taste that.
And tacos on the beach. Who doesn't want a taco on the beach?
Oh, it's perfect. Yes, we are in Kitts Point, so
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, you're making some of their amazing tacos. Briefly, tell us about those appetizers as you're cooking up.
These are a couple of our signature appetizers here. We have the queso fundito, which is a just melted cheese is what it translates to. And it's just like this molten cheese melted with a crispy fried tostada. We have our house-made guacamole. We have a lovely style of ceviche with wild pink salmon and hand-peeled shrimp and a bit of fresh avocado. And then we also have like some different salads on the menu. We have right now a mixed bean salad with you know, tomatoes, cucumbers, and a lovely oregano vinaigrette.
Perfect.
You know, and then we always have, of course, we have our selection of tacos, and you know, we can talk about it. Sorry, I couldn't resist that one. So we just toast off our little tostada, or I mean, this is our taco shells. We use the white corn flour tortillas.
Yes, I'm very excited about that for gluten-free.
Exactly.
Yummy.
And then this is the pork for the pork carnita. It's braised for 6 hours with citrus and our own signature spices. And then we just serve it up nice and warm, and we mix it in with its own fat because it's, you know, fat is flavor. It may be a small taco, but it packs a big punch and a big bite. A little bit of chopped white onions and our little house cilantro slaw that goes on top of that. So then we have our little tacos, a couple of them as a meal, or you can just go in and share everything because it's kind of a fun environment to share a lot of different fresh things.
It's perfect. Well, this is just a little example of what is available here at Taco Loco with a great, great chef behind all of this great food. And we're so excited about this restaurant opening in Kitts Point. With you and Sanjay, it definitely will be a huge.
It's gonna be tons of fun.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about, right? Mexican equals fun.
Exactly.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
It's been such a pleasure, and it's great to see you again.
Thank you.
Well, we're here at Taco Loco in Kitsilano, and I got a chance to sit down with my good friend Pam, who is doing a bling-a-thon, and that's in support of the Canadian Mental Health Association. Tell us a little bit more, Pam.
So it's my 5th year doing this. 31 days of December, I will be wearing blingy, shiny clothes to raise people's spirits and awareness, and hopefully some funds to support local programs that are put on for you in your community.
Wonderful. So you can find out all about the more information, what Pam's doing, and being able to donate by going to her Instagram or her TikTok. All of that information will be available in the rolling credits after the show. So thanks, Pam, for shining bright.
Shine bright so others can.
Well, we find ourselves at Vancouver Club. It's one of the oldest clubs in Vancouver. In fact, Jim, this is the first time we've filmed here.
It is, yeah, that's very true.
What brings us here is the inaugural sake dinner.
Yes.
And very, very exciting.
Yeah, like the long history and tradition of this great club. Tonight's dinner is, of course, about great tradition. You may recognize this man. He was on an earlier segment from Access Planning. We were at Social Corner, of course, talking about some great cocktails. Yuki Konoshi is the president of Access Planning, and you're going to kind of give us a little guide for our viewers as to what's going on here tonight. That we're getting early access before things get going. What is going to be happening here on this wonderful evening?
Well, it's a Vancouver club. I have a friend of mine, a member of the Vancouver club. And then he asked me to join at sort of a dinner and one time, and I joined them, and then other member, and we talk about it because I introduce myself and basically, and I tell them the sake. Then I have a chance to bring the sake to those other member, including the bar manager and also the dining sort of the staff. So they're very surprised on that kind of a quality. And then we get an offer. Why don't you just do the pairing dinner at the Vancouver Club dining room? So that's the things in we started.
Right.
Yes.
Wonderful. Now you have 20 types. You represent 20 types of sake.
Yeah.
Tonight they're serving 6 different types.
That's right. Yeah. Well, basically, total 6 sake tonight, including a welcome drink. So that each plate has the pairing the sake, specific the type of the sake, good pair with that cuisine. Yes.
Very nice.
It's going to be a great evening. As we said, we're in there early, so you don't see a lot of people behind us. But it's
just the staff.
Yeah, but a great tradition taking place here at a very traditional place, Vancouver Club. Let's go meet some more folks on this wonderful evening.
Well, I'm here with Chef Matthew Taylor. He's the executive chef at Vancouver Club. And what an interesting dinner tonight. This is the inaugural sake dinner and the food pairing with it. It's not necessarily all sushi. Tell us a little bit about the menu tonight.
No, it's not. You know, I'm not a Japanese chef by trade or by training. I certainly have appreciation for Japanese cuisine, techniques and traditions. But I'm definitely not going to pretend to be tonight. But we will have a sushi course from Chef here as well.
Of course. Now tell us a little bit of a couple of the other dishes that you put some time into for this dinner.
Well, we're going to start, whenever we start a menu or a meal like this, it's kind of like writing a good set list for a band before they go on stage. You kind of want to open with something that's a little in the face and wakes everybody up and puts them in a good mood and excited for the evening. So they're going to have a little oyster with pineapple, Thai chilies, and foie gras, which is going to be super bright, acidic, fatty, kind of spicy, and really kind of put everybody's palates on notice to get the evening going.
Sounds great. Now, I know you do a lot of wine dinners at Vancouver Club. So this is something a little different for your members.
Yeah, we do a lot of wine dinners here, and wine dinners are great. Love doing them, but it's nice to change it up, and it's definitely more challenging and gets the kitchen a little more excited to do something like we're doing tonight. There's only so many duck, beef, red meat courses you can do with full-bodied red wines. It gets a little bit stale after a while. So this is challenging, but it's also exciting and new and fresh for us, which should translate to the guests as well.
Absolutely, and it's interesting too, the guests are obviously going to learn a lot about sake because it's not just something you chug back, and there's a lot of myths to be basically myth busting here of the fine sake that you can get now.
Yeah, people haven't had as much exposure to high quality sake, at least in my opinion, as they have wine. It's just been more accessible up till recently.
Yeah.
So for them to actually sit down and have the product that's well made and how it should be, and then have that kind of barometer to take with them as they, go on their culinary and beverage careers, eating and drinking new sakes as they move forward. At least they'll know what it should taste like, not, a poorer version. They'll have the genuine article tonight.
Yeah, well, good on the club doing this, and so there are some great sakes out there. We've had the pleasure of trying some. Well, thank you, Chef Matthew.
Thank you so much.
Well, pleasure having you on, and I know we're going to learn a little bit more about sake in general coming up.
Thank you.
Well, a big part of this dinner tonight, of course, is highlighting sake, and we have sake royalty here. We are joined by Mr. Nakano, who is the president, and we'll say sake ambassador for the Dewazakura Sake Brewery in, I want to get this right, Yamagata, Japan.
Hey.
Welcome. We're going to do a kind of a translation thing here, which is always good, but we're getting some great insight. Tell us a little bit about what we have in front of us here, which is one of your big sellers.
Right.
Correct. And I'm going to get to Ginjo Sake.
Ginjo sake.
Yes, the Oka Ginjo.
Right.
Tell us a bit about the popularity of this, which you started to export in 1980 and is now in 30 countries as of 1997.
It's Oka Ginjo. Oka Ginjo is the sort of icon their product. It's a well-known kind of a brand because the very flowery kind of a fragrance and the also dry sake. And then it's a brewed and the first time is in 1980. So since then, they're gonna export this brand as the signature brand. It's a sake, very fine, kind of a smooth, kind of a ginjo type sake. So that's why it's well-known kind of a brand, not just in Japan, also the global market.
Sir, I must ask you about the brewery that bears your name, the Iwasakura Sake Brewery, a great history. First founded in 1892. Family name, I don't know how many generations, I believe about 5 generations. Can you tell us a bit about the history of your company?
Over 130 years in history, and since then he's at the 4th generation, and it's owner of the sake brewery, but he's just close to the production. It's always gonna be with the sake, and then try to just brew the good sake. So it's not always in all that kind of a sake brewery. Is those that are type of the management is always gonna care about the quality of the sake. So, but his policy is always think about those quality of the sake.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Right. Thank you very much.
Closed captioning and other promotional considerations provided by Hamilton High Street Senior Residence, Richmond's newest senior living community.
Wow, okay. I think that ended in a different county. Anyway, back here at Bosa, their Kootenay street location. Scotty, you just popped something. It's the last of our alcohol-free options. Again, for people that want to celebrate over the holidays but don't want to imbibe. What do we have here?
I did. I just popped a bottle of Rocca del Forte. This is our alcohol-free Prosecco.
Really? You could pour some of that too over time.
Yeah, in the Riedel glasses.
In our Riedel champagne glasses.
Yes, very nice.
And you guys have a wide variety of Riedel glasses here, of course, that you can buy.
That's right. We have the full collection, all available at both locations of Bosa Foods.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Curious to try this. Again, check out all the alcohol-free options they have here at Bosa over the holiday season, of course, throughout the year. Cheers. Thank you, sir.
Jim. Cheers, Dita.
Cheers.
And we should say we will see you in January in Whistler. I'm Jim Gordon.
And I'm Lita Leapins.
Bosa Foods. We'll see you in the new year.
Cheers.
Bye. Cheers.
Cheers.
Don't forget to check out past episodes and individual interviews, all on the Our City Tonight YouTube channel. The Richmond Sentinel, providing news, entertainment, and human interest stories in print and online.